मुझसे कहो कोई मुश्किल कोई परेशानी आए तुम्हें मुझसे कहो कोई हो तमन्ना या हो कोई आरज़ू तुमको मिलेगा उतना प्यार मुझसे कहो कोई मुश्किल कोई परेशानी आए मुझे कहेगा मुझसे कहो कोई हो तमन्ना हो या कोई आरज़ू दिल चाहे जितना प्यार उतना मांग लूँ तुमको मिलेगा उतना प्यार मुझसे करो कोई मुश्किल कोई परेशानी आए मुझसे करो सच कह रहा है दीवाना दिल दिल ना किसी से लगाना झूठे हैं प्यार के वादे सारे झूठी है प्यार की कसमें मैंने हर लम्हा जिसे चाहा जिसे पूछा उसी ने यारो मेरा दिल तोड़ा आई ग देवा रमा ये क्या हुआ हमें ऐसे गले लगाने लगे तुम कितनी प्यारी हो सामने हम काबू में कैसे रहे जाओ हमको तो आती है शर्म रे तेरी ऐसी अदा पे तो फिदा हम हैं रामा ये क्या हुआ तुम इतनी प्यारी हो सामने, हम काबू में कैसे रहे। जाओ, हमको तो आती है शर्म रे, तेरी ऐसी अदा पे तो फिदा हम है। Just give me a minute. I'll quickly set up this project. YouTube coding projects. Now projects. I'll create a new folder here. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle all the bell. Java learning. I'll create a folder, and in this folder, new folder, which is like LLD Java LLD practice, yes. Open, and here you can create a git repository. Yes, add let's see what kind of sample code it adds. This window, oh, it should have been a new window. मेरे ख्यालों की मलिका, मेरे ख्यालों की मलिका, चारों तरफ तेरी छबियां रे, थाम ले आके भैया, मेरे ख्यालों की मलिका, मेरे ख्यालों की मलिका, चारों तरफ तेरी छबियां रे, थाम ले आके भैया, मेरे ख्यालों की मलिका, मेरे ख्यालों की मलिका, चारों तरफ तेरी छबियां. So yeah, let's start with where we left yesterday. So we basically created the overall structure and the models that we need for this smart parking lot project. And in this one, I identified three models: vehicle ticket and parking spot, and two were like gray area. Like I don't want more models, but ChatGPT said you will need these two because there is type and fare per minute discrepancy over here. So yeah. So yeah. I need some music. Nice. Music is here. So we'll create vehicle first. अरे कहाँ गया? तरफ तेरी छबियाँ रे थाम ले आके बैया मेरी तरफ तेरी छबियाँ. Yeah, don't ask again, just add to git. Where is this? Where are these files going? Let me check my GitHub. This time I don't want. Where is the GitHub origin for this repo? I haven't added any, but I can still see the I वो चुरा के सी आँखों में है हल्का सा नशा. This is a local git init, so git remote add origin. I need to do this new LLD practice. जादू जाबू जादू स्नो में है. तेरा है कहाँ है क्या मेरे ख्यालों की मलिका मेरे ख्यालों की मलिका चारों तरफ तेरे. Hi Rohit Munde, you are successfully authenticated and will not provoke this access. Now init this again. ख्यालों की मलिका मेरे ख्यालों की मलिका चारों तरफ तेरी छाया रे. Oh shit. तेरे नैना तेरे नैना तेरे नैना रे. तेरे नैना तेरे नैना तेरे नैना रे. तेरे नैना तेरे नैना तेरे नैना रे. मैनों की चाल है, मखमली चाल है. Git checkout, new branch. It is something fishy happening over here. तेरे नैना रे, ऐसी गानों की बातों में जान क्यों ना. Git checkout hyphen B, branch name local work. Git push origin local work. कहाँ हटका पोकी. First commit. चाहे कुछ ना बोलो, चाहे कांच ना खोलो. मुझे बस ऐसी है तेरी है. क्यों ना आए हो तेरे नैना, तेरे नैना, तेरे नैना रे. ओ तेरे नैना, तेरे नैना, तेरे नैना रे. तेरे नैना, तेरे नैना. Origin local work. Last time I did this mistake, so this time I'm going to avoid this. I'll create pull request in the beginning only. तेरे नैना झलकोले चूले, तेरे नैना तेरे हाना. Now I'll keep pushing changes to this, and then at the end we'll merge this pull request. मत है के ये का है. I saw there's this Lobok or something library which helps to set getters and setters without writing those. Should we use that? Because I was reading somewhere today Lombok or something. Yes, there is a Lombok. Yeah, it's excellent library and automatically generates annotation. Let me check your current project setup and add Lombok. Yeah. Thanks for this. It added Lombok. It actually helps us, like here over the class I have to write getter and then setter, so I don't have to write getters and setters over here. I'm not sure how it works. I'll have to figure it out. Yeah, continue. I paid for this GitHub Copilot on my personal account. It really helps a lot. Maven building load Maven project. People who are joining, please, you can drop a message. Hi, your name, something, what you are learning right now, why it triggered you. Yeah. चाहे तुम कुछ ना कहो मैंने सुन no arcs constructor all arcs constructor data should we use it or should we just do our practice चुन लिया मैंने चुन लिया let's see this library what this library does Lombok Java does anybody know what's this uh, Lombok is I know what it is it's a library but पहला नशा इंतजार These images are AI generated everywhere. Huh? Everything is now touched by AI. तू ही बता I hope I am audible on the stream. Uh, does anybody know how to use getter and setter this Lombok? I only want this. Rest I'll write because writing getter and setter becomes too much of a इन हवाओं में कहीं Lombok getter उड़ता ही फिरूं इन हवाओं में कहीं या मैं झूल जाऊं setter what's the problem now color we don't need vehicle type yeah we need but it will be an enum I'll change vehicle number and then private int id so this three will be no usage why it's showing no usage अरे यार इसमें इंपोर्ट कैसे करते हैं यार भाई ये इंटेलिजेंट कैसे सीखेगा इंसान तू ही बता create annotation setter no code review make open github I have to rebuild it the project I guess so it says package Lombok does not exist उसने बात की कुछ ऐसे ढंग से सपने दे गया yeah what it did I didn't understand resolve dependency better should give me the commands whoever is joining please do hit like it's important I should ask for the commands only instead of agent directly running the commands in that way I'll also know it's just adding the Lombok that the library wasn't recognized so check if Lombok char downloaded to local maven repository yeah Lombok is there Let me check the stream health. Wow, IntelliJ is not visible. Sometimes I want to just throw away my MacBook. I was doing so many things here and it wasn't even visible. Is it still visible? Yeah. Shit. Yeah, Gator and Setter now. This what all things are buddy added here. Compiler XML. This compiler Maven default annotation enabled and this okay. Then jar repository. It added jar Maven org. I don't know at this point what all these things are. I only did know about this pom.xml that whatever new we have to add the dependency. It added Lombok as a dependency. It added Apache Maven plugin. Okay, I didn't ask for it, but without Maven, I don't think so it will work. Project Lombok depend. This is the dependency Maven compiler 17. It added it. Okay, I'm not sure about this. What is this? Bro, this motherfucker is creating so many things that I'm not sure about it. And this is the new way of writing code. Even if we are not sure about it, just do git commit, sorry, git add all files and git commit. I'll write some honest message here. I wanted to add Lombok, but Copilot added many files that I'm unsure of, but Lombok is working. Hence, I'm committing all this trash. I hope nobody reads my comment messages. उसने बात की कुछ ऐसे ढंग से, सपने दे गया वो हजारों रंग के, रह जाऊं जैसे मैं हार के, और चूमे वो मुझे प्यार से, पहला नशा पहला खुमार, नया प्यार है नया इंतजार, कर दूं मैं क्या अपना हाल, हे दिले बेकरार, मेरे दिले बेकरार, तू ही बता. Let me test this. If let me create vehicle dot temp is equal to new vehicle. Okay, and temp dot set. Temp dot set vehicle number. how this uh, getter and setter would work here. उसने बात की. It didn't throw any error, but how it. When you use this annotation, Lombok automatically generates boilerplate code. Set ID, set vehicle number, but it's showing error when this Lombok creates public string. This okay, but this annotation, but I don't see these methods being created over here. Fuck it, I don't want Lombok. I don't want Lombok only. Get hard reset. Not enough directory stack entries. Get hard. What's the correct command for this? Git reset hyphen hard one. Hit one. Git push origin local work phrase. Git didn't. It is now initial commit smart parking lot. uh, after git reset hard one, I was trying to push this reset to the origin, but I'm unable to due to some errors here. Closed. PR is closed. Nice. Because why our PR is closed? Check if this project is connected to any GitHub repo. उसने बात क्या हो गया भाई, ये गिट का हमेशा कुछ ना कुछ ये रहता है. यहाँ पे है अपने पास कमांड गिट कमिट गिट रिमोट ऐट पार्किंग लॉट सिस्टम. Switch to branch master. Why it's not showing branch here? Oh my son, my lord, what are the doing? some music because my mind is not working over here. This yeah, now I can see master over here. What the fuck? So this is not me, this is git checkout a already created branch local work. Yeah, git pull origin local work. How to avoid this paraphrase again and again. Already up to date now. Private int id, private string vehicle number, private enum vehicle type, so for enums we'll create a folder as usual. Go in here, new package, enum is not allowed, so we'll write enums, and in this enum we'll create a enum called new Java class enum. Enum name is vehicle type with V capital, and yeah, vehicle type, and from the vehicle type we'll have this car, motorcycle, and this. So we'll have this car, motorcycle, uh, 0, this is 1, and motorcycle will be 2. Ideally truck should be in the increasing order, it should be like this. Truck 1 is this, and this. So fix the syntax, over here. I want to see how to define enums in this in Java, because it's quite different than JavaScript, so I have to see how to set how to create a motion, how to create enums in Java. So 4 years old video.
In this video, we're going to talk all about enums in Java. We'll go over what they are and when you should use them, and walk through some concrete examples of how you can implement them in your Java programs. My name's John. I'm thrilled to have you here with me. Let's get right to it. So what exactly is an enum? Enum is just short for enumeration. An enum is used when you have something that has a predefined set of values that don't change. A common example people use is like days of the week. They're always going to be the exact same 7 days, and they're never going to change. So you might want to define in your code what those 7 days of the week are in a way that people just can't add more days of the week, because that just wouldn't make sense. So Eclipse is to just go ahead and right click wherever you want that enum to be and go to new, and this is how you usually would create a, going to name it days of the week instead of public enum. But now how do we comma separated list? So we can just say Sunday, Monday with a semicolon. A couple things to note here though. Although it's totally valid to have these days of the week enum entries as all lowercase, it's typically the convention to have these in all uppercase. In Eclipse, there's actually a cool shortcut for making text uppercase, and it's just Control-Shift-X. By the way, check out this video here if you want even more awesome Eclipse shortcuts. So how do you go about actually using these values? Back in our main method, we can create an object of type days of the week, just like we could for any other type of object. So days of the week, day equals, you might be thinking, we'll say, okay, new days of the week. But if we try and do that with an enum, Java's going to give us an error. Cannot instantiate the type days of the week. That's one thing that's different about enums than any other typical Java class. Because an enum is intended to be a predefined set of values, you can't use the new keyword to just create new values. So what you'll be doing is just using the existing values. So you'll just say days of the week dot, and then you have your choice of any of those days of the week to use. Let's say we wanted to pick Thursday. So now this day variable has the value of Thursday. And you can use this variable in your code similar to how you would use any other type of variable. For example, you could say if the day equals days of the week dot Thursday, print out, yay, it's almost Friday. And if we run our code, of course, since the day we created was Thursday, it prints out, yay, it's almost Friday. All enum classes in Java actually extend from the java.lang.enum class. You don't have to put extends enum or anything here. Java just does that automatically. But because it extends the enum class, it gives you some built-in functionality that's pretty cool. For example, if you wanted to get all of the possible values of that enum, you can just say days of the week dot values. This actually returns an array of all the possible days of the week. So if we wanted to do something like print them all out, we can just do a simple for each loop. So for each days of the week, call it my day. So this will loop through every possible value in our days of the week enum. So all we have to do is print out my day inside that loop, and we can see it prints out all the possible values of our enum. But there's even more really cool things you can do with your enums. For this example, I've created an enum of cereals. We've got Captain Crunch, Fruit Loops, Reese's Puffs, and Cocoa Puffs. Real quickly though, one thing I like to do with my enums is put each enum entry on a different line like this. I just think it makes your enums a little bit more readable. Plus now there's more room for my beautiful face here in the corner. Just like your regular Java classes, your enums can have fields. So what we can do is add a field here like an int. Let's call it level of deliciousness. And we can also create a cereals constructor that takes in a value for that field of deliciousness. In this constructor, we would just set this dot level of deliciousness to be equal to the level of deliciousness passed in. But now you can see we have an error for each of these. That's because now in order to create each cereal enum, we have to give it the level of deliciousness. We can pass that in here as a parameter at each one of these declarations. So let's go between 0 and 100. Captain Crunch would be like a 50. Fruit Loops I like a little more. Let's say that's like a 60. Reese's Puffs though, probably my favorite. Let's do a straight up 100. And Cocoa Puffs about a 75. And now we can save that, and back in our main code, we can get any of those cereals level of deliciousness by just calling cereals dot whichever one we're interested in. Let's say Fruit Loops, and say Fruit Loops dot level of deliciousness. And we can just print that out if we want. And we get 60, which was the level of deliciousness of Fruit Loops. What you'll probably want to do with these fields is make them final so that they can't be changed for each entry. So why would you want to do that? Well, if you don't have final, what somebody can do, they can change that value, and that's probably not something you want to allow. So they can say cereals.Fruit Loops dot level of deliciousness equals 107. And we can see that that change actually does take effect. So somebody can go in and just change Fruit Loops to be a level of deliciousness of 107. Now Fruit Loops are good, don't get me wrong, but they're not 107 good. So this isn't something we want to allow. So to make it so that value can't be changed once it's set, we just make this final, and then back in our main code, we can see that we get an error when we try to change that value. So making this field final stops the Fruit Loop fanboys from being able to mess things up. And you're not limited to just one field here. You can have more if you like. So you might also want something like final double price. All you have to do is just add that as another parameter to your constructor. and pass in a value for that new field in each declaration here. If you like this video or learned something, please let me know.
Yeah, we can use this thing to like vehicle instead of vehicle type, vehicle vehicle and oh okay, it can solve our multi-model problem, no? I was thinking of including fare per minute in the parking lot, fare per minute for the parking lot in this enum only. Tell me, is that possible? As if you're gonna add rate per minute field in the enum. Truck value 1, rate per minute 5, 2 and 1, and then here with this public int get value, return value, get rate per minute. So do we need a value field over here? We don't need a value field over here. So if we just remove value field, rate per minute, then can have like 10, 20 and 5. So likewise we can have these values and check this enum now, as I only wanted rate per minute here. Vehicle type, हॅलो, हां बोल ना. नाही, कामात आहे रे, मीटिंगमध्ये. बोल. ए अरे बाबा, तुझं चालू झालं का परत आता? नाही नाही, ते तुझं संपतच नाही मित्र आहे. friend wanted money. Don't want to use. Vehicle type, and then the normal constructor, then parameterize constructor, what's the problem here? int vehicle id, ठीक है, and total fare. Should total fare be part of ticket only or no? Based on your parking lot system design, total fare should be part of ticket class. Here's why: a ticket represents a parking session and entry time. And entry time and exit time, should it be date or long, date time or long? Like for parking, long is better choice. For entry time, exit long stores milliseconds since epoch Unix timestamp, which is ideal for duration calculation. Acha, current this millis. Okay, so we'll add just fare. Public double total fare. Double रंग है नवे नवे, दुनिया ही नवी नवी. Mornings are just magical, शाम भी है सुरमई. Public double. Public void set total fare double total fare. Yeah, this. So ticket model is also ready. Now what was the third model that we thought of? Like parking spot. Parking spot would consist of IDs, floor type, and status. Yeah, then there is third model, which is parking spot. Okay, parking spot would have private tint ID is occupied. Okay, and then private in floor, then private vehicle type, spot type. Okay, so vehicle type would be here, and then boolean occupied over here. Okay, and then construct setters and getters. Get floor, we लगे हाथ हम utils भी create कर लेते हैं. Let's create a package utils. In this one we need a class called id generator. In this one, static vehicle counter, vehicle id counter, parking spot, yeah, ticket spot counter, yes. And then in each one we have to like int id is not required. अरे एरोस क्यों काम नहीं करते भाई इसमें. Private static id generator, new id generator, and this id generator is this static final. I go. How is our id generator? आईडी जनरेटर यूज़ कैसे किया है हमने, ये देखते हैं एक बार. Like this, new girls, pretty girls walk like this. यहाँ से भी हटाना पड़ेगा अपने को, यहाँ से भी हटाना पड़ेगा अपने को. एंड देन पब्लिक सेट आईडी, ठीक है, इसको रहने देते हैं. देन दिस and is equal to id generator dot get parking spot id. ठीक है, add this. Added basic required models along with id generator and enums. So commit and push. 39 warnings. I will push. Yeah. So अरे मैसेज क्यों नहीं गया? So अपना basic models and all are created. So this, according to this figure, this drawing that we explained yesterday, this basic structure is there. Now we have to create services like fees calculation service, one, that is what we need. Then allocation algorithm, which is the most important and the gist of this problem, to avoid concurrency, of course. So I also explained how concurrency looks. A, B, two threads, like suppose car A comes and car B comes, both the car can see spot 42 is empty, so both of them allocates locks 42 and assigns 42, and that becomes concurrency. Like both the vehicles can see, both the vehicles will have the same spot to park, and that is a concurrency, and which is also called as a race condition. To avoid that, we have to create an algorithm in a service. We have to write the code in such a way that it should lock while searching, while it sees the empty spot. So vehicle A comes, locks till it finds the empty spot and assigns it, and after assigning it, it unlocks, and then only we can start its same action, course of action. So this we have to do. Okay, so the basic one, fees calculation, let's try to create fees service. We don't have any service yet, so we'll go and create service. Everything has yes, so we'll add first Delete. It should be yes small. New package services. Okay, and in this one we'll create a new service called but we can't go and create fare calculation, so parking allocation service. In this one we'll just create parking allocation algorithm. In this one we have to use method public allocate parking spot and the logic public void. As of now its return type would be void. Okay, so I can see some people are joining, so you can drop a message or you can like the stream. Uh, it will help to reach out to the similar kind of people. Okay, now this allocation parking spot logic, uh, the logic would be based on what things. So this will use vehicle type, and then it checks parking spot. So we need a data store where all the parking spots are stored initially, so we'll have to create a data store. Okay, so in the utils we'll go and create a Java class called, because we are not using any SQL data, or can we use an SQL database here, so it will be easy for us. Can we, should we? I don't think, I'll think it will be an overhead, so we'll just create a data store. So the only audience joined has left. Good. Nako nako managuntu Maya-chan. Did Zimbabwe played well? Oh shit. Now I'm bored. नको नको मना गुंतू माया जाए. can just copy this data store. Nako nako managuntu. I should sleep. Nobody joined today. It's a bad day. So let's and this